This consists of 24 sections, 24 rukus, and 176 ayat. And subject can be divided into two parts. The address to the former ummah, only 37 ayat out of 176 are addressing directly or indirectly the former Muslim ummah with one name, Ya Ahlul Kitab. Either inviting them to embrace Islam or charging them on their misdeeds. The rest, that is 139 ayat out of 176, they are addressing Muslims as Muslims. But this part also can be divided into two parts. A positive address to the Muslims, real Muslims, true Muslims, showing them the path, showing them the ways of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, showing them how to reform their society, how to uplift the degraded and downtrodden sections of society. This is what I am calling positive side. There is a negative side also. 55 ayat I am labeling as positive, and 84 as negative. And what do I mean by negative? Here actually, the hypocrites are being discussed and addressed, who were legally Muslims, because they were saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. They were praying behind Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the mosque of the Prophet. But still they were lacking the real faith. They were hypocrites. So exposing them so that the Muslims should know this is false among their society. They should beware of their designs and plots. It was necessary to expose them, the hypocrites, and what they were doing, criticizing them, and also exhorting them to mend their ways. Have a second look on your attitude. Look what you are doing. You are condemning your own self. You will be doomed. Although you will think that you are Muslim, you will not be acknowledged as Muslim on the day of judgment by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we shall find in this surah the strongest condemnation of munafiqeen. Inna al-munafiqeen fi ad-darki al-asfal min an-nar. These hypocrites will be in the lowest portion, lowest section of Jahannam, of the hell. They are more hated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than the kuffar. A kafir is openly kafir. If his enemy is an open enemy, if he attacks you, he is attacking from front. But the munafiq is a hypocrite. He is a hidden enemy. Just like a snake that you are carrying. It can bite you anywhere, at any time. So, the major portion of the surah, now note, total number of ayat, 176. Out of these 176, 84 ayat, nearly half of the surah, that consists of dealing with the subject of nifaq, criticizing the munafiqeen, exposing them so that the Muslims should know and recognize the danger that they are facing from the hidden enemy within their ranks, in their society, and also advising them, exhorting them to mend their ways. Still, as I told you, as about the former Muslim ummah, Allah is ready to embrace you with His mercy. عَسَىٰ رَبُّكُمْ أَن يَرْحَمَكُمْ. So, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا آمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَالْكِتَابِ الَّذِي نَزَّلَ عَلَىٰ رَسُولِهِ وَالْكِتَابِ الَّذِي أَنزَلَ مِن قَبْلُ. Oh, you who profess to believe, but don't believe really, have real faith, there's still time to mend. You can save yourself from the eternal punishment of the hereafter, lest this time should finish. So this is the analysis of this surah. Now we are beginning with the first part, but note one point more. These sections, they are interwoven with each other. First 43 ayat are the positive address to the Muslims. Do this, don't do this, don't do this. You have to respect the women folk. You should look after the orphans. You should divide whatever some deceased has left, the property must be divided according to the rules of the Sharia, and so on. The biggest strength to the address to the Muslims, it consists of positive ayat, positive commandments, the do's and the don'ts of the Sharia, and there is an address to the former Muslim Ummah, Ahl Kitab. Then there comes an address to the Munafiqeen, but note one thing. Nowhere in the Quran the Munafiqeen, the hypocrites, are addressed as Ya ayyuhal ladheena nafaqu, Ya ayyuhal munafiqun. Nowhere. Because they were also Muslims, legal Muslims. So they are also addressed Ya ayyuhal ladheena amanu. Oh, you who profess to believe, but lack the real belief. But these things are in brackets, not in express words. Only you have to ponder over the subject of the ayat to decide whether the addressee of this ayat is the Muslim Ummah, the real Mu'min, or the addressee of these ayat are the Munafiqun. So that you have to know for yourself. Now starting from the first section. Ya ayyuhan nasu ittaqu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum. O mankind, have taqwa of your Lord, your Master, your Rabb. Now to translate this word taqwa is very difficult, rather impossible. Most of the translators, they use the word fear Allah, fear God, fear your Rabb, fear your Lord. To say the least, it is not appropriate. For fear, the word in Quran is khawf. Everybody knows. What is taqwa? Waqa yaqi means to save someone from some harm. And ittaqa means to save yourself. To save yourself from what? You save yourself from moral decay. Save yourself from the displeasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is the meaning of taqwa. Therefore, I'm glad that some of the modern translators, they are translating it in a different way. For example, have regard for Allah. Ya ayyuhan nasu ittaqu rabbakum. O mankind, have regard for your Lord. This is a better translation. O you who believe. Ya ayyuhal ladheena amanu ittaqullaha haqqa tuqatih. Remain mindful of your Lord. This is a better translation. Remain beautiful towards your Lord. Keep your moral sense alive. So at different places, I'll be using different words, but not fear. We have given the opportunity to the Christians. They blame Quran. That Quran invokes fear. Fear is not a positive sentiment. It's negative. They say, Bible invokes love of Allah, love of God. And Quran invokes fear of Allah. And this is because we have translated so many words with one word, and that is fear. Taqwa, fear. Khawf, fear. Khashiyah, fear. Imdad, to make somebody fear. Fear and fear and fear and fear, so they have it out due to this wrong translation. So we should use better words now. O mankind, have regard for your Lord, alladhi khalaqakum min nafsin wahidatin, who created you out of one living being. Please note here, the word is not from Adam, not from Bashar, not from Rajul, not that he created you out of one man or one human being. No. Nafs. What is nafs? Life. The angel of Allah will come, putting us to death. What they will say? Akhraju anfusakum. Let me take out your life. Malakul Maut will come and say, Akhraju anfusakum. So nafs means a living organism. So Allah has created you all from one living organism, one living being. وَخَلَقَ مِنْهَا زَوْجَهَا. And He created out of that living being His mate. Now this translation comes very near the modern biological and zoological ideas. You know, in the beginning, when life started on this planet Earth, the primitive forms of life, unicellular organisms, it had no sex. The procreation was by the division. One cell dividing into two. 2 into 4, 4 into 8, going on. That was a procreation. Later on, there appears sex. And we find in the beginning,